Talk about the session with Varun. Obviously, there was a lot of conversation between the session. What was that all about, and how is he get up for the semi-final?
That is just a normal routine session with Varun. He really enjoys just to have a single wicket practice a day before the game, where he can mentally just go through his process. I mean, the conversations we've had is just about sort of clarity, and for him just to walk away feeling good about his bowling.
Coach, team had a lengthy session yesterday, but there are news reports going on that that session was delayed by 1 hour due to superstition, lunar eclipse. Is there any truth to it? If you can explain a bit.
Look, I mean, I was told about the lunar eclipse, and the session was pushed backwards. But I think the most important thing to focus on was the quality the guys put in at hours with the train, which was great to see.
Morning, hi. Just wanted to check. India also hasn't had the perfect game coming into the semi-final, just like England. So, what have the conversations been like in the team leading up to the big semi-final, India versus England?
Yeah, I mean, for us, that is something we haven't really spoken about the perfect game. I think the quality of this team has been shown that on the day somebody can put their hand up and put up a performance, and then hopefully now in the last two games, especially now tomorrow night, we can put that special performance in. All we can do is work hard at training. Unfortunately, we all know how the game goes. That success is never guaranteed, but if we can give ourselves the best chance to go out and perform. That is what we strive for, and a big occasion tomorrow night here, semi-final. A great stadium to play a great game of cricket. So hopefully the boys can rock up tomorrow and just be calm and execute those skills.
The pitch for the first match against USA, we had a tricky one. So how does this look, and are you prepared for a kind of a different approach for this?
Yeah, to be honest, we not quite sure a day out how the wicket is going to play. I'm pretty sure you experience walking here. It's a lot hotter all of a sudden in India. So in terms of moisture and allowing the wicket not to dry out, I think it's going to be key, or for it to play well. So again, that's something that we can't control. Obviously, we try and keep our bases covered as best as possible. Team selection will go in terms of what do we see on game day, and then from there we just need to be smart in our skills of reading the conditions and adapting to it. Yes, plan A is you go in with some sort of idea, but the key is to find that skill of how to play on the wicket on a specific night. I mean, it's something we can't control.
Morne, you always highlighted about the dependency factor, not to be dependent on one or two bowlers in a tournament like this, in a World Cup like this. But in the last since the Pakistan game, Indian bowlers have conceded more than 175 runs in each innings. And Varun, obviously, he hadn't had the best games. So do you think that there is a little bit of reliance on Varun, because opponents like, with due respect to Netherlands and Zimbabwe, they have also got runs against our spinners and the rest of the bowlers?
Yeah, they're good teams. If you look at the scores in the World Cup and the surfaces, it's good. It's been good wickets. So I don't know if you expect us to bowl every team out for 120, 150. We're in a semi-final and we've won games of cricket, and the guys have done well. There's at times where I can remember we had Rinku and Talak bowling in certain games, Booms and those guys not bowling their full quota. So I think for us, it's not how you get to the semi-finals. It's the next couple of, 2 games, how we're going to play that. And players, they play well. We know the margins are small in India, bowling especially. I don't read too much into that.
Hi, Morning. The last time the two teams played here, India won by 150 runs. I know bilateral dead rubber is a bit different to a T20 World Cup semi-final. But can you just touch upon the differences England have made in the 13 months since you last played them in a T20 series to now?
Yeah, I think, playing against England, a team that's street smart. Obviously, there's a lot of quality in their side. Batting quite long, deep, which makes them a very dangerous side. And then, with the ball also, they've got wicket-taking options. I think the way they approach a T20 game, fearless, trying to take the game on, will give you opportunities and makes them a dangerous side. So I feel tomorrow is going to be a good shootout between two aggressive teams, and the side that can hold their nerves and play the conditions and read some of the conditions quite well and the quickest, I reckon will come out on top.
Morne, third T20 World Cup semi-final in a row against England. So what learnings can you take from the previous games? One you have won and the other one lost in 2022. And also the areas that you need to work upon apart from the catching ones.
Yeah, obviously fielding is something that we speak about a lot. That I think at times we're guilty, if we're honest, of giving away maybe 15, 20 runs in the field. So that's one thing, one aspect that we keep on working hard and asking the guys to really step up on. And then, in terms of learnings, there's always learnings and growth that we take. But especially looking at this game here, we don't want to overanalyze too much of the past and games played. I think for us it's just again focusing on what we've got in front of us, and we have to be at our best tomorrow to beat England.
Hi, Morne. What's your reading about this pitch, which looks pretty green at the moment? And do you expect it to remain the same?
Yeah, like I said, I'll probably have a better indication in terms what the surface is going to play like tomorrow. At the moment, because of the heat, they have given it a little bit of water, so it's quite soft. So it's quite hard to get a proper 100% accurate read on it. But are we expecting it to be a good wicket, high-scoring game? We're preparing ourselves for tough conditions, and then from there we will assess. But so I think if we go in with a mindset that it's going to be a high-scoring game, and we need to be up at the standard, that's a good place to be at.
Morne, of course, you have played a lot of cricket here at this venue and seen the other teams play and India play here. What are the real challenges which come along when you play at a venue like Wankhede, dew, the sea breeze, the pitch offering assistance to batters, a high-scoring venue? So what are the challenges like, and how do you kind of prepare your matchups and tactical calls venue-specific wise? So what are those conversations like when you prepare for a game at a venue like Wankhede?
Yeah. Look, I think dew is always a big concern. But that's again something you can't control the toss. I think here at Wankhede there's always that extra bit of bounce. Guys can trust the bounce and hit through the line. But in saying that can also, as a bowler, bring you into the game. I just felt or feel that the margins here is a lot smaller. The ball travels. It's quite a small ground. You just need to be really like fight in that over, stay in the moment, and compete every ball. Because, like I said, a batter's strength can also be his weakness on the surface. So it's sometimes not to go too defensive and keep on attacking, because opportunities can come.
Coach, Indian team was struggling with two left-handers in the opening, and then Sanju came in Chennai, and in Kolkata we saw what he did. What was the conversation with Sanju Samson before that game? How did you guys give him confidence? And second part is, how important will be the toss in this game?
Yeah, I mean, toss will be, obviously, if there's dew, that will be important. Coming back to Sanju, quality player. I don't think there was a a lot of, I don't think, but there was not a lot of conversation. He's a guy that always works hard at the nets. And yeah, I think just that sort of opportunity he got given, he showed his class and his experience. He got the opportunity, and as a guy that's played a lot of games, he stepped up in a crucial game. From a coaching or from the mentor sort of side, it was just about giving him the backing. Although he sort of lost his place in the team, for him it was always at nets to make sure he gets the quality work in, because you never know in a tournament that situation like we found ourselves can always be there. So credit to him, for not losing that hope, keep on working hard, keep on grooving on his strengths, and then taking the opportunity. I think in professional sport it's all about staying ready, so you don't have to get yourself ready, if I can say that. And yeah, credit to him for keeping him calm and fighting through that tough little period and putting in a solid performance for India.
Coach, what is your assessment in terms of confidence with Abhishek Sharma? He's trying to kind of alter his approach in the middle. Earlier he would go very aggressive at the start. Now he's trying to kind of hold back a little and then look to attack. And at the same time he's kind of dropped catches as well. So is it really a case of some sort of loss in confidence?
No, I think just sometimes this game can be hard on you, cruel on you. Similar situation that Sanju found himself in. That in your career you're gonna find moments like this, and this is good growth for him. It's good learning for him. For a young sort of guy finding his feet, not in international cricket, this will only help him down the line and for Indian cricket. But coming back to his form, Abhishek, his way of playing is, it's one or two shots that can find him that rhythm, that can give him that confidence back. And that for me is a pleasing sign. He's not a guy that worries too much about technique. Normally those sort of players take a lot more time to get into confidence. So, like I said, it's a fresh page for him tomorrow. Opportunity to go and do well. Scored 100 here against England not so long ago. So for him, it's just tapping into those little videos and looking at his feel-good moments and building a blueprint and knowing he's starting on zero tomorrow. It's a new opportunity for him, and for him to make a play.
Coach, you had an extensive session with, last year you worked a lot with Shivam Dubey, and yesterday also you worked with, Hardik quite a lot. But both of them sort of seem to have lost their bowling form. Is their bowling form a bit of a concern? Shivam Dubey went for, I think, 0 for 46 against Zimbabwe in 2 overs.
Yeah.
So,
look, I don't think it's a loss of bowling form. I think Shivam is also a guy that knows the game pretty well. At time, our execution wasn't as great. Maybe thinking behind bowling the ball, but in terms of form and bowling, Shivam is a guy that's always going to give us potentially an over or two. And then for him, the most important thing is to make smart decisions, with the ball. So I think that's one area we would like to improve with him sometimes, is just his ball execution, because let's be honest, teams are going to go after him. He's going to be the guy that's going to be put under pressure, which gives us opportunities, to take wickets. So if we can get that thinking process with ball in hand a little bit better, a little bit smarter, that will be a good one.
Morne, you've obviously worked closely with Varun now. What sort of bowling mindset that he come with? When there are games when he goes for some expensive overs, which can happen in this format, what does he go back to? Does he try to add layers to his bowling? Does he rely on sort of planning in terms of matchups for the next game? How does it work?
It's a tricky question to answer here now. Obviously I can't reveal his process, but I keep on telling him that in our bowling lineup, with the skill and variation Varun's got, he's got the ability to take a wicket, almost every ball. So if the boundary, or if he goes for a boundary, or if the ball, he bowled, it's not executed as well as possible. For him, it's just to move on to the next one and make sure he commits to that next ball. I think, he's a highly skillful guy, hard to pick once you walk into the crease. So for him, it's just about getting that confidence with the ball, getting his speed, his length, control right, and not try and overthink it. I think with Varun at times, to his credit, he wants to be a big performer for the team, so he'll put a little bit of pressure on himself. But he's a match winner for us, and for him it's just to stay and bowl every ball and make sure it's his best ball.
Morne, you spoke about 15 runs conceded in the field. India's dropped 13 catches in this tournament. It's a problem that's been accompanying us for a long time in England, in the Test series, at the Asia Cup as well. How much does it pull a side down when you put down as many catches as you do?
Yeah, obviously, nobody looks to drop a catch on purpose. It's not like we don't train it. There's a lot of focus going into our fielding, and that was one of the key points heading into the World Cup here. So the guys do train and work hard on our fielding. At times, is it a mindset thing? I can't answer that. But yeah, like I said, for us it's just to keep on doing the hard work, really focusing on specific getting certain players into the hot spots and the right areas. And at times it's hard to do that because you're also working against overrate. So that's the responsibility that the players need to take on the field, is to find yourself in a position in the hot zones and to work a little bit extra. And if we can get the right players in those positions, hopefully we can take the catches.
Morning, you are dealing with an extremely talented Gen Z crowd who often prioritize entertainment over performance. How easy or difficult is it to help them understand that performance is the key and entertainment follows? I'm asking this question because I saw that video by Hardik Pandya ahead of the previous match, where he's asking the guys to go out and entertain.
Yeah, I think that has been the identity of this team. We are a young, exciting group that wants to play entertaining cricket. Fans pay money to come and watch these guys do their thing. And what a way, or what a mindset to have to go into a game where you think it's a high pressure game, but if you can simplify it and say, listen, if we play our attacking, entertaining brand, the rest will fall into place. So I thought it was a great message from Hardik. That's when they at their best, is when there is sort of not a lot thinking.
T20 World Cup semi-final against India in India, is this as good as it gets, and is everyone excited? I suppose, what's the mood in the camp like?
Yeah, it's up there for sure. It's a dream come true for most of us to play in a World Cup semi-final against the home nation on a very iconic ground. So we're all really looking forward to it.
Morne Morkel was in here early. He described the likelihood of it being a shootout tomorrow. What's your prediction for the game?
Oh, prediction? No. We're obviously going into the game we're confident. We're playing some good cricket. We haven't quite played that perfect performance, and I feel like it's just around the corner. Hopefully it's tomorrow night, and we go out there and we just play with freedom, play brave, and look to take it to them as much as we can.
The manner of your victories, at times the teams you've been playing have looked favourites to win, but you've obviously won the decisive moments in these contests. Does that lend an air of maybe not invincibility, but more like feel like you're close to unbeatable?
No, definitely not unbeatable, but I think it gives us a lot of confidence going into tomorrow as well. We've won them tight games, which in World Cups proved to be very important as well, and we've got a lot of confidence going into the deeper parts of the game. We've won games, like you said, which we probably shouldn't have won, and it just feels like we've never really been out of any game so far, which holds you in good stead in these world competitions.
We've got a Sydney at the front, then Simon. Sorry, this gentleman here. Sorry, go ahead, and then Simon.
Hi, Harry. Jaxi had announced in this very room that India will be the team to beat for England. Of course, the general consensus among the teams has been that India will be the strongest competitor, bar none. But then again, I just wanted to highlight that ever since you assumed captaincy, the only team who has a higher win percentage than India in T20I cricket is England. Do you go into this competition? Do you go into this match with the knowledge, with that knowledge, sort of adding confidence to your stride that you are the best performing T20I team in the last sort of few months?
I didn't even know that, to be honest. So that's news to me. Yeah, we've obviously played some good cricket over the last year or so, and hopefully we can play some more good cricket tomorrow. I do believe that India were the favourites from the start of the competitions, as they should be on their home soil, home crowds, and knowing the venues better than anyone else. But T20 is such a fickle game, and anything can happen.
Simon, go ahead.
You say that England haven't played the perfect game. Do you need the perfect game to beat India in Mumbai, or are they perhaps a little, overhyped maybe?
No, I don't believe that we need a perfect game to win the competition, to be honest. Them games that we have won have been nowhere near perfect, and we still managed to get the wins convincingly in some of them and then tight in the other games. But it's just the unity that we've had to be able to get across the line, the belief that everybody's shown throughout them games, and the calmness that we've had when the bowlers have been stood at the top of the mark. Or, for example, the way that Jaxi and Rehan played it the other night, they were extremely calm, and to get us over the line needing 40 off the last 3 overs was awesome.
Just slightly random question about the makeup of the team. When you came in as captain, your first game you brought in Tom Banton back. You brought in Will Jackson at 7 for the first time and Liam Dawson back after a few years. Was that a vision that you had for the team? Did you fight for those people to go where they've gone? How did those changes happen?
Yeah, obviously when I took over, this was a year away, and it felt like it probably needed a little bit of planning, and that was slightly part of the planning, really, to try and get some game time in them guys, and them slowly build some confidence up, knowing that they were going to be in the side most of the time, and they've taken them roles on beautifully. Jaxi, for example, he's had 4 man of the matches this World Cup. He's been the standout player in the competition, arguably. Dawson's played a massive role in plenty of games as well. Banter's won us a few games off his own bat, and yeah, it's just having that confidence, knowing that you are going to be around for a little while, and thankfully it's got us this far so far in the competition.
How personally rewarding is it to make kind of big calls like that, put players in positions they've never played before, and here you are in a World Cup semi-final and you've been rewarded for that?
Yeah, and I'm close to all 3 of them as well, so I knew when I'm stepping onto that field that they're going to have my back. They're going to agree, or not agree, but have my back with whatever decision I make when I'm on the pitch, and then they'll fight my corner at every given occasion.
How important is it to have friends in the team?
First of all, they have to be good enough cricketers to get in the team, but I do think it makes a big difference when you know that someone's going to have your corner and fight for you until the last ball, and them 3 and, well, the whole 11 have done that beautifully since I've taken over.
Second row here, and then the lady in the corner.
Harry, you have been praised for your captaincy, the way you have led this England side in this T20 World Cup. But for a player like Josh Butler, who is experienced, who has been a former captain, as a young leader, how do you deal with him? What are the conversations when he's not getting runs? And is it the time that Butler, such a big player, can light up this semi-final with his batting?
Yeah, you don't have to talk to him too much. I think leaving him alone is probably the best thing to do. He's been a powerhouse of a cricketer for many years, as we've all seen, and yeah, I've been asked this question thousands of times now, and I just think that there should be no reason to question why he's in the team.
Go ahead in the corner.
Hi, Harry. You mentioned about the tight situations in your previous matches, but it is to be noted that England have managed to bounce back from the tough situations, be it against Nepal or Pakistan. How vital is that for teams' confidence, knowing that your team can bounce back from any given situation, especially going into a crucial match like the semi-final?
Yeah, massive confidence. Like I said before, we don't feel like we're ever out of a game so far, and all it takes is one of the top 7 to get a decent score, or one of our 5 or 6 bowlers to have an amazing day out there, and all of a sudden you're walking away with a victory, and that's what we've done so well so far. Everybody's kind of chipped in. That game against New Zealand, everybody had a part to play, whether that's bat ball or in the field. So it's definitely so far been mainly team performances, but I feel like there's a big individual performance to come soon.
Cheers.
The back in the middle, yeah, go ahead.
Harry, momentum. Can you just talk about what the significance of momentum is? India's been in 2 knockout games already coming into the semi-final. Is there a factor at all going into a semi-final?
Sorry, what was that?
So India have been in 2 knockout games already coming into the semi-final. Is that like a factor at all when you talk about momentum?
I don't know. That's for them to answer. Nothing to do with me. We've just got to go out there and play our game. Like I said, that's for them to answer. It's that's their question.
Yeah, at the back.
Harry, you've made a lot of tactical calls that's gone your way, in this tournament, even in crunch situations. Could you talk about the tactical challenges you will have as a captain against a team like India with all the variables that come into play playing at this venue?
Yeah, we obviously get a lot of stats. We've got a lot of videos. We can see where the batters are trying to hit the ball. We know the wagon wheels and whatnot. We know the matchups. It's just about trying to fiddle the bowlers to make sure that it's uncomfortable for their batters for as long as possible. Really, they're obviously a very good side and they can adapt to different bowlers. But my job is to try and make it as uncomfortable for them as possible.
3 more.
Yeah,
Second row in the corner, yeah.
Harry, the last time you were here in India for the T20 series, perhaps I think Varun Chakravarti got you out a few times. So have you managed to sort of work him out, practice against his style of bowling in the nets? And does the 100 against England give you that confidence that, against Pakistan give you that confidence that, you can tackle spinners better now? Again, and the performance in Sri Lanka.
I feel like England always get a bad rap about playing against spin. We've gone to Sri Lanka and we've won 6 games in a row against the subcontinent side, who are very good in their own backyard, and we've got a lot of confidence playing on turning pitches. Chakravarti is one of the best bowlers in the world, and I'll try my best to face him and score as many runs as I can against him.
One here and then we'll finish it.
What do you make out of the pitch here? Do you think that it will be this green tomorrow?
This green?
This pitch? What do you make out of the wicket?
I don't know. You're asking the wrong man. I don't know anything about wickets. I'll have a chat with Baz tonight and tomorrow before the game, but we'll have a look at the stats and see what to try and do first if we win the toss.
Thank you.
And the last one at the front, and then we're done. Thank you. You just pass the mic across. Thank you.
Hi, Harry. Tomorrow's match will be played on the surface, on the central surface where you lost the game against West Indies and Italy bet Nepal. It was a pitch where the spinners had some assistance. 14 wickets were picked up by the spinners in those 2 games. So is that something which is playing at the back of your mind, with India having quality spinners like Varun Chakravarti as well as Akshar Patel? And how are you planning to deal with that challenge?
We've got some very good spinners as well. Our spinners have bowled extremely well throughout this competition, and they've got to try and tackle that challenge as well. India have produced and always have produced very good spinners, and we know that, and we accepted that before coming into this competition, that we're gonna face challenges throughout, especially on pitches that can assist spin bowling. But like I said before, we played 6 T20s, 3 ODIs against Sri Lanka, and in this world competition in Sri Lanka, and we only lost 1 game. So I think we're going in with a lot of confidence, and like I said before, I feel like England players get a bad rap against spin.
Okay, we're done. Thank you.